Brew with Becks. I am so excited you decided to join me today for this quick and hopefully informative episode all about the 3-second rule of branding. How quickly do people get you online? Now, there's a lot of things we're going to dive into today. We got 10 key points to run through, and it's the brew, so that means it's a quick and informative episode. Let's just dive right in. So first and foremost, first impressions happen fast. We know this, guys, right? Like, you have about 3 seconds for someone to understand what your brand is about. Otherwise, they're moving on. They're picking some other brand to spend their money on. So you really want to be focused on making sure you're nailing your messaging within the first 3 seconds that someone sees you. Visual clarity matters. So focus on your logo, colors, design, and it should be able to instantly convey your brand's personality and industry. Have clear messaging. So we want a unique tagline or headline that helps to communicate your value and purpose in a snap. We also want simplicity because simplicity wins. Avoid clutter. Too much information can completely overwhelm your audience and confuse those in the crucial first seconds of them engaging with your brand. Now, this is something that I think is huge when it comes to the Brew with Becks, and I'm really excited about this new series together because we can dive in a few minutes and get a lot of key points out there. I want to be conscious of your time, and I want you to get a lot of value out of this, and that simplicity of the Brew with Becks, micro segments that we can get messages across to each other will hopefully convey and stick with you, and hopefully it will keep you coming back every week. So next we're going to talk about consistency and how it reinforces recognition. It may sound like you are repeating yourself 100 times, but trust me, your audience does not feel that way. There is so much content and information going out there, and your repeated tagline is going to take a long time before it sticks. So you want your visuals and your messaging to align across your channels so that people can get you quicker and within less time frame of them sitting there trying to figure out what you do, because I'll be honest, they're not going to take that time to do it. Next, we want to think about emotional impact. That means using visuals and words to connect with your audience's feelings right away. So test it out, show your brand to strangers and say, hey, what do you think this business does? Maybe ask some friends that might not know about a business venture you're thinking of starting and say, hey, if you saw this, what would you think it was? And that can really give you a quick indicator of that 3 seconds of branding rule. Next, we want to adjust based on that feedback. So whatever those people told you, take it into consideration when it comes to your branding. Doesn't mean that they're all 100% right, and definitely take some of it, with a grain of salt, but look at it from an outside perspective. Sometimes we can get really wrapped up in our own branding and ideas, and we tend to focus on, what we think is right, and it may not be what the audience is going to receive. So remember, speed doesn't mean shallow. Quick clarity often can make things feel meaningful and authentic. And it also is very conscious of your consumer's time, so I think that that's also an added value too. You want to aim to be memorable. The goal isn't to be understood only, it's also to be remembered. So how can you communicate your message quickly, but also leave a memorable, lasting impression so that they know exactly what it was? I'll give you a quick example before we wrap up this episode. I am thinking of a car accident, and I'm also thinking of a gecko. So immediately, you know that I'm talking about Geico, and that was really from amazing marketing all, for a very long time. But that message repeated over and over again in a very simple way. The Geico gecko, you know what it is, I know what it is, we know the mascot, and that simple way made their brand so much more recognizable versus any other auto insurance company out there. Thank you so much for tuning into the Brew with Becks. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd really appreciate it if you shared it with a fellow creative or maybe your business bestie, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Does the same time work for you?